This is what my current father-in-law told me on the day I married his daughter, and that is what it means. That place, it needs a change. I spent the last 900 days in this place. At 8 hours a day, how much is that? 7,200 hours in this place, in this office. And it doesn't feel like it's mine. I want something that sparks my creativity, my muse. Or maybe I'm just looking for an excuse to procrastinate. First, I'm gonna get rid of that big black drawer that's full of junk anyway, so that I can repaint the entire white wall from there to there in the same blue color as the left one, so that I can stick on all the projects I'm working on right now on the wall, just like this. That's my portfolio of startups. The problem is I have no clue how to paint. My job is this. Beside of that, I have no clue how to use this in the real world. Baggy pack. Luckily, I get my friend to help around. Alright, looking pretty good. Let's talk about intellectual property. In 2023, I was working on an AI startup to help people learn language in a fun way. So if you want to learn Korean with K-pop, or if you want to learn French with cheese cuisine, then it will generate workbooks so that you can practice with your favorite topics. It would create a bunch of exercises like this one and make it inside of a workbook so that people can practice their new language. 느낌 사랑합니다. No idea what it means. The startup was a disaster, but along the way I learned that I was doing the same thing over and over, from creating landing page components to authenticating users to sending them email, which gave me a good idea. Because this AI language product was my 15th startups, I created a little code base for myself so that I can ship startups faster. And I turned it into a product so that other developers can use it, and I call that ShipFast. On September 1st, 2023, I launched ShipFast. I was hoping I could make a couple $100. I ended up making a couple $100,000. And I was so happy. It's the first time in 6 years one of my projects is taking off and people are happy and pay for it. But I wasn't prepared for what came next. I share everything I do on Twitter, from the apps I code, the marketing strategies that I use, and the revenue that I earn. And sometimes when someone from YouTube who watched my latest video hacked my server, I also share that. When I created my Twitter account 3 years ago, I signed up for transparency. I'll be as authentic and transparent as possible. So when ShipFast took off, I started to share publicly my revenue. And lots of people were inspired with the revenue numbers, but among them, some of them were a little bit too inspired and ended up making questionable landing pages that really look like mine. Well, let me show you some copycats. So this is the homepage of my product, and that is my headline. I created it because I know exactly the pain of building a startup for 1 year and getting 0 users. And shortly after came in the copycat inspired websites. There was this one with a very similar headline, and it became pretty much the default for any new boilerplate product. In the end, there is only one person to blame. If I didn't want to have any copycats, maybe I shouldn't brag my revenue like this in public. But someone went too far. Original blue? New blue! I should have known it. At least it's dry. On a casual day binging Twitter, I received this DM from a friend, and as I've seen many copycats in the past, I decided to not even look at the tweet. But then I received another DM from a friend with words that are quite serious, copyright compliant. And going to Twitter, I saw other messages like this one, lawyers and blah blah blah. So I decided to follow the link and look at what is actually going on. And I found this tweet. ShipFast for $200, now use ShitFast instead. Does the same thing for a shitty SaaS ID, clone the repository, and a link to a GitHub repo. So I followed the link and I ended up on this GitHub repository, which is an exact copy of my repository. A customer of mine giving away the code for free to the public on the internet. I wasn't really sure what to do, so I asked everyone in my company.
Well, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery and the laziest form of competition. It's time to initiate a comprehensive infringement litigation strategy.
Have you heard the latest version of Next.js supports partial pre-rendering which combines static and dynamic pages? Poof, man, the speed, I need to upgrade. But no one could come up with a proper answer, so I decided to ask my friends. Some came up with questionable advice.
Hi everyone, this is Nico for Indie News. We are on a crime scene today. Someone just copycatted the famous influencer Mark Lou to create ShipFast. So Mark Lou is going to be bankrupt. As you can see, the cops are present here.
Thank you, Nico. And some came up with pretty good advice, telling me to just talk to him. Although it didn't go really far. So I did what I usually do when I am stuck. If you go to that link, you actually end up on a place where you can get the code for free.
For free? I mean, I think for now, it's better to focus on what you like to do. In Korea, we say 세용지마. So bad thing can be good thing, and good thing can be bad thing. We will never know. Focus on what you like.
Misfortune turns into blessing. My wife thinks I should not obsess over these little details and I should focus on what brought me here. As her father told me on the day we got married, I think she is probably right. So I have decided to not give a shit. We are a couple days after the incident and the guy actually removed the repository, so my father-in-law was actually right. And by the way, I'm trying to turn my boring entrepreneur life into a video that hopefully is not boring, so please let me know what you think about it.